Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios in London with your international news around the world in 5. Spain's death toll from the coronavirus has surpassed the 10,000 threshold after a record 950 people died overnight. That's according to the country's health ministry. Patients continued to arrive at hospitals' emergency units, and police carried out traffic controls on Madrid's nearly empty roads to ensure people are respecting the lockdown. While the total death toll has risen by just over 10% on the previous day, the proportional daily increase of new cases has been slowing down. The death toll from the virus pandemic in the US has gone above 5,000. There were 884 deaths in the US in just 24 hours, a new record. The latest victims include a 6-week-old baby. More than 216,000 people are now infected, the world's highest figure. In response, the US president says he's considering stopping some domestic flights.
I am looking at hotspots. I am looking where flights are going into hotspots. Some of those flights I didn't like from the beginning, but closing up every single flight on every single airline, that's a very, very, very rough decision. But we are thinking about hotspots where you go from spot to spot, both hot. And we'll let you know fairly soon.
Shoot them dead.
That's the stark warning from the Philippine President, Rodrigo Duterte, who warned that people violating the coronavirus lockdown measures could be shot for causing trouble. In a televised address, he said it was vital everyone cooperates and follows home quarantine measures as authorities try to slow the contagion and spare the country's fragile health system from being overwhelmed. One of Asia's largest slums, situated in India's Mumbai city, reported its first coronavirus death. The slum is home to around 1 million people, mostly migrants, and has makeshift houses with tin roofs crammed in narrow, winding lanes. The death in the vicinity triggered swift action by the authorities, who sealed the neighbourhood, fearing more infections in the densely populated area. Chilean police have detained a 26-year-old woman who escaped from a hospital in the city of Concepcion, southwest of Santiago, after being diagnosed with the coronavirus. After the hospital reported the patient's escape, police found the woman in a market. After her arrest, the woman was transferred to hospital again, and the market was closed down for safety reasons.
This woman arrived with mild respiratory symptoms, and the COVID protocol was activated, resulting in a positive examination, and consequently, she received all the treatments from the medical and kinetic teams.
Shenzhen has become the first Chinese city to ban the sale and consumption of dog and cat meat. It comes after the virus outbreak was linked to wildlife meat at a market in Wuhan, prompting Chinese authorities to ban the trade and consumption of wild animals. Shenzhen went a step further, extending the ban to dogs and cats. The new law will come into force on the 1st of May. A 254-kilo aerial bomb has been found in the grounds of the University Hospital in Bonn, in Germany, forcing emergency services to evacuate dozens of patients. The bomb, found during construction work in the area, will be defused. A big number of patients who were not in critical condition had already been evacuated on Wednesday, and those in intensive care would be evacuated on Thursday. South Sudan is one of the few countries in Africa without any recorded cases of COVID-19. However, shops and markets have been closed as part of an effort by South Sudan's government to mitigate the growing threat. And traders and authorities fear the disastrous impact COVID-19 will have on a country already reeling from a 5-year civil war.
When it comes to this coronavirus, I don't know if it reaches, I'm sure most people will be affected, because right now there is no screening here for coronavirus. We have Ebola. Maybe it will come later on, we are not sure. And the border is closed. Yes, there are several pioneer roads where people even fluke and they go to Congo, and the Congolese also fluke, they come here.
It is really affecting us because we are dependent on this market. I always come here to buy palm oil and sell it in our village. This has been helping me. But now, with this virus, there is nothing we can do. I have to go home and take care of my children.
And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.